Now, Bernard, do you at all worry that with Roy Jones taking a fight in between your fight that he could get potentially upset? I mean, we all saw that he got knocked out by Glenn Johnson. He's fighting at 170, actually not fighting at 170, he's fighting at cruiserweight, probably around 180 pounds against Danny Green, who has quite a few knockouts. Do you at all worry that this rematch could be possibly ruined if he were to get upset on the second?
On both ends, there are risks, because I'm not fighting a tomato can. This guy is tough, and I say it's with respect. I don't know no Mexican fighter that lays down for anybody. So we both are fighting. I don't have a tomato can. He definitely don't have a tomato can. Roy Jones is not the Roy Jones Jr. of when I fought him in '93. Younger, stronger, quicker, reflexes unbelievable, like a young Allen Iverson. But at the end of the day, what's not meant to be won't be. I do not try to go against nature in any shape, form, or fashion. Any shape, form, or fashion. Politically or non-politically. I say that clearly. What happens, normally it was supposed to happen. And then it's up to us to try to change good or bad within our way, our lives. So I don't worry. Have I thought about what if? I can't go every day in life to think about that. I can't even think about that in my own personal life. And it's a challenge not thinking about things coming and not going and coming and going. So there are risks there. There are risks even when I fight. Hey, I'm 44 years old. Let's not forget how many athletes in any sport. Take Brett Favre, take Lance Armstrong, take Bernard Hopkins. How many athletes, help me out, people that's listening.
All right.
How many athletes on this, who?
It's been very rare. George Foreman, Archie Moore. I mean,
I'm talking about right now. I'm Archie Moore is 48. You're right, because I call myself the modern day Archie Moore. I'm talking about now. Lance Armstrong, Brett Favre, and Bernard Hopkins in any sport that's successful. I'm not talking about nobody embarrassing themselves. So even every time I step in that ring past 35 years old, which was a couple of years, not a long time back, it's a risk. Because it's a chance I can look old anytime I step in the ring. There is that chance out there.
Oh, yeah. That happens in all sports. Now, if you're both successful on December 2nd, do you have a prediction for your matchup with Roy, the rematch?
I will beat Roy down, and I won't get the credit because what happened to Roy with the two guys I beat down, Tarver and Glenn Johnson. But I will take what I can take because at the end of the day, we finally got together 17 years later, and there will be critics out there, and there will be people out there that say, well, it wasn't Roy Jones out there, it wasn't Roy Jones there. But see, the thing is, I will agree with them to a certain extent because Roy Jones was so talented. He was so fast and quick where he didn't have to do the things that the 9 out of 10 majority of basic fighters around the world in time had to do. Learn the basics. The jab, right hand, left hook. You step here, you step there. Roy was Michael Jordan in boxing. He can fly across the ring and hit you with a left hook and knock you out. Look at the old tapes. But when you stay in this game long enough, and you don't have the reflexes and the speed that you had that made you great younger, then you like Allen Iverson, I mentioned that name again, who's a great friend of mine and a great player. When you can't use your speed as a weapon, now you got to shoot from outside, and 7-footers got their hands up. Now they 9 foot in front of you. It's a different ball game, baby. And Roy Jones Jr. never had to use the basics, but he stayed around long enough where he needed the basics. And I've always functioned, and I always was taught, and I always respect the basics. And that's something that I don't have to learn at 40 years old.